thought about just how much your inner dialogue is shifting, shaping, and creating your very reality? Let's talk about the profound impact your inner dialogue has on your subconscious mind and their relationship. Let's go. Welcome to Empress Expressions. My name is Amber and I am the Empress here. And I welcome you whether you're new or you're returning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today in this video, I want to talk about this relationship that the inner dialogue has with our subconscious mind. I want to talk about the importance of understanding and knowing and being aware of the inner dialogue and how that plays with, plays against, plays for our subconscious mind, okay? So the first thing that I have here is going to be self-perception. And what I have written is inner dialogue shapes your self-perception with positive self-talk, reinforcing confidence, right? When there's negative self-talk, it is potentially creating self-doubt. So, excuse me. So self-perception, like, think about your inner dialogue being another aspect of yourself, right? You have, you have your physical self. You have these different aspects of yourself. You have your mental self. You have your emotional self. Like, you have these different aspects to yourself. Sometimes I even like to joke around and call them, like, these different people that are within you, right? That makes up the entirety and the totality of who you are. So I like to look at and think about and feel into my inner dialogue being like a person within me who is me, but it's a person within me. And so there's this conversation that I have with this particular part of myself, right? Is that inner dialogue. The self-perception part comes into play when you think about, who do you think you are? How do you see yourself? That has a lot to do with that inner dialogue. What are you saying to yourself? What are you not saying to yourself? That is what's shaping and shifting and solidifying your self-perception, right? That is going to be how you show up when you move about the planet, when you move about your life. Is that self-perception, how you are viewing you, and understanding that there are moving pieces to you. Inner dialogue and the relationship to yourself, your subconscious, is one of many, right? One of many. And how when you're having this conversation internally, right? If you're speaking positive to yourself, you are creating a strong impact and reinforcing, confidence, moving the way that you choose to move, being who you want to be, showing up the way that you desire to show up, right? Because we can do and move and have just about anything that we absolutely want, but are your conversations confirming that? Are your internal conversations confirming that? Or are you talking negative to yourself, right? And realizing that this negative self-talk that you have is like now really starting to interfere with you showing up in different places and spaces, having the confidence and the ability to speak up for yourself, voice your opinion, say what you like, say what you don't like. Now you're in this space of doubting yourself, doubting your opinion, doubting your knowledge, doubting your capabilities and abilities to show up in your life the way that you want to. And that's just a little piece of that, right? Is self-doubt from negative self-talk, or confidence from positive inner dialogue. The second thing I have here is belief reinforcement, okay? Consistent inner dialogue influences the subconscious mind by reinforcing beliefs, whether empowering or limiting, which in turn affects behavior and outcomes. So your inner dialogue, okay, so we know what the subconscious mind is. The subconscious mind is the part of ourselves that we pretty much create from. The subconscious mind is that within ourselves that holds the memories, right? I like to think of the subconscious mind, or the subconscious mind. It pairs really well with water, right? Because water is very, it receives, right? Water receives. Water, the two just pair very, very well. I have a whole video on the subconscious mind, reprogramming with water and all that. But I like to see those two together. But when it comes to reinforcing beliefs, right? Let's go back to our inner dialogue. The inner dialogue, how can it reinforce beliefs? If I grew up in a family, or I grew up in a particular school structure, right? And I was told a thing about myself, or I was told a thing about life, or I was told a thing about reality, or about money, or family, or, marriage, children, church, whatever. I was told a thing. And I accepted that as truth, and now I believe that, right? The inner dialogue that I'm having inside of myself, with myself, could very well be reinforcing those beliefs. So what is the thing here? Become mindful of what it is that you are having a conversation with yourself about. What beliefs are you reinforcing? Are they in alignment with where you want to go? Right? If you have not had successful relationships and you notice that there is a pattern of the type of people that you attract into your life and that you end up in relationship with, and the same sorts of things happen and things may fall apart and this happened and that happened, and you start realizing, oh wow, like I pretty much manifested the same person but in a different body, in a different avatar. There is a belief there that has you projecting that out to where you continuously create that. Because everything that you see is a projection of what is inside of you. So if you keep on creating relationships, or you keep, manifesting connections that are very similar to each other, that is a belief system within you that you are playing out, and you are internally having conversations that are reinforcing those beliefs. For an example, let's talk about money. And say you grew up learning money don't grow on trees. You got to work hard to have money, right? Be mindful of what your internal conversation is around money. When it's time to pay your bills, when it's time to go to work, when it's time to do things that are involved with money, what are your thought processes? What are you thinking? What are you confirming and reinforcing in your reality? Once you are clear on that, then you get to look at it and you get to observe, is this in alignment with what it is that I say that I want? I say I want a loving relationship, or I say I want, an abundance of money. I want financial security. I don't want to have to think about money. What internal dialogue are you having? And is that internal dialogue in alignment with what it is that you say that you want? If you're constantly thinking, damn, money's hard to come by. Damn, I'm always broke. I don't ever have enough. I'm always coming up short. And these thoughts go on, and you may not even recognize you're having these thoughts. You may not even recognize. And then another thing that can happen is you can have now attracted other people into your reality. You have now created other people in your reality that are confirming this shit, right? They're confirming the lack. They're confirming the shortcoming. They're confirming the struggle. And so now you just got this person outside of you that's validating this internal dialogue that you have inside of you. Become aware of what it is that you're talking about to yourself. Become aware. This really doesn't have a whole lot to do with inner dialogue, but become aware of what you're talking about and what you're entertaining outside of yourself too. The sooner that you start practicing awareness of your internal dialogue, you will start recognizing how things outside of you are starting to bump up against what you are now trying to change within you. So that takes me to number 3, right? Mental programming. So by consciously managing your inner dialogue, you can reprogram the subconscious mind to support your goals and your desires, promoting a more positive and successful mindset. So this is like when you understand, when you're starting to understand, or you understand what life is, right? And how this thing is kind of working and moving, and the universal laws and different archetypes and energies that are at play, and understanding first and foremost that you are an expression of the divine. First and foremost, understanding that, and understanding that if you are an expression of the divine who has chosen to create, to have this existence, this life, and that everything that you're witnessing outside of yourself is a projection of what is going on internally. Sometimes it's hard to put words to it, but that is what's going on. So when you're recognizing that and you realize that everything that you're seeing outside of yourself is somehow, some way, a program running internally, right? So now you want to be mindful of the inner dialogue and its impression upon the subconscious, because the subconscious is really what is creating what we're seeing outside of ourselves, right? Not so much the conscious mind, but the subconscious mind. But what we can do is use that conscious mind to reprogram the subconscious mind, and that's the mental programming. So if you notice that there are certain patterns and things that just keep showing up in your life over and over and over and over again, you now can identify that there's a program running. You can then identify, do you like what you are creating? Do you like what you're seeing in your reality? Once you've identified those things, now you can go in and reprogram the subconscious mind with your internal dialogue. All of this takes awareness, okay? You can become aware as all get out, but if you don't do no work, if you don't put nothing behind that awareness, if you don't start changing and shifting things with intention and on purpose, awareness is awareness. It's being observant, right? Oh, wow, I am really having some really fucked up thoughts right now. Let me just keep on thinking these things. No, you make note. Okay, wow, I'm having these really, disturbing thoughts about something that's, happening, or I'm having thoughts that are super negative and not in alignment with what I say I want. Note it. Freeze. Okay, you may want to do a little work on this, right? You may want to dig into that subconscious mind and see what beliefs are there that have you thinking that thing like that. You're not even thinking about what you're thinking about. It's just there, right? So now you want to do the work on that part. Do the work on the subconscious mind. See maybe what it is that's there that has you believing that. What were you told? What were you taught? What did you see that has you believing something that's actually the opposite of where you say you want to go? Acknowledge all that. Now change the conversation internally. Change the conversation. And at first, it's going to be very uncomfortable. It's going to take effort. That's the work, right? That's one thing about going internal. It requires a lot of energy, right? That's why, like, certain times of the year, things are dying. Things are dying, but people are staying inside, right? They're not moving around a whole lot because it's a time to go internal. Now, per person, that can happen at any point in time, right? At any point in time. I would say for the past maybe, I would say 2 years for sure, but somewhere off and on, at least for the past 4 to 5 years, I've been extremely internal and just literally acknowledging and becoming aware of all of what's going on inside of me, because I understand that I am projecting out everywhere all the time, up and down and all around. Like, I'm always projecting out. So it takes energy to go internal. So be mindful of that when you're doing this type of work. This isn't something that you're just gonna, that's fixed instantaneously, right? Not saying that can't happen, but a lot of this stuff, when you're programming your mental, programming your subconscious, using internal dialogue to reprogram something, that takes effort, that takes brain power, that takes energy, right? Everything's energy, and you're using a lot of energy to reprogram yourself, to get yourself in alignment with what it is that you say that you want. If you see yourself being a multimillionaire, but every time you pay your bills, you feel like you ain't got enough money, that's not the mindset of a multimillionaire. So you need to go internal and figure out, why are you in this belief? Why are you caught up in this belief system of lack and there's not enough, but you say you want this? How can you be a multimillionaire? How can you embody the vibration and the mindset of a multimillionaire when you are being distracted with lack, scarcity? The two don't vibrationally match, right? The law of attraction, foundation is vibration. Those two don't match. So you have to raise your vibration. You have to attune yourself to a different frequency in order to manifest certain things. Everything that is to be manifested is not on the same frequency. So I probably went a little left, but not really, because all of this goes in together. So mental programming, understanding that takes work. Be gentle with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. You're not in a rush. We're not going nowhere fast. So just be kind with yourself, right? Set some time aside to do that work, and then carry on with the rest. Be mindful, set intention to be aware of those conversations. I promise you, if you set intention, if you say out loud or to yourself, I want to be more mindful of my internal dialogue, it is done. It is done. That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful you are, right? So it is done. Set that intention and watch the magic happen. Commit yourself to the work of the reprogramming, the acknowledging, the awareness, and then the action that needs to be taken after you've become aware. So that is what I have for you. I hope that this conversation on internal dialogue and just how it is so how impressionable our subconscious is, right? And how we can impress upon our subconscious with internal dialogue. I hope that this really helped someone. I really hope that this helps you see something differently, understand, like the Matrix a little bit more, understand that you have more power than maybe you have been led to believe, and how with some intention, some dedication, some devotion, and some self-love, you can absolutely live the life that you want to live. You can live the life that you want to live. So drop some stuff down in the comments. Let me know if you're vibing with this. I love this stuff. I love reprogramming. I love just seeing the totality of things, and to continuously see the totality of life just continuously be revealed to me in so many different ways. It's just so expressionable and beautiful, and it's a gift. It's a true gift. So don't forget, you're not going anywhere fast. This is not a race. This is not anything to rush yourself through. This is the experience, right? And you have created and pulled and drawn me and my channel into your reality for a reason, because now is the time for you to have a better understanding and to, put some things into place. Grab that key and open that door. Access granted. Like, now is the time, right? So, of course, if you need any support, please feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at soulwisdomcare@gmail.com. I also have a discovery call link in the description box, and you can go ahead and book some time with me. But that is what I have. I want to continuously help others understand what is going on around them, and just the continuous activation of our superpowers and understanding of who we are and what we've come to do. So that's what I've got. Send me some, like this video, of course. Share this video if you feel called to. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you feel called to. And drop some emojis down in the comments for me. If you don't really have anything to say, just drop some flowers, drop some roses, some hearts, things like that. Tulips. It helps the algorithm so that this video can, land on other people's pages, and we can continue to grow here and just become stronger in numbers, stronger in energy and intention, right? Growth, power, love. So I send you my peace, I send you my love, and I send you my light. I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, or night. And until next time, peace.